Hey, good evening, sports fan. Welcome to Sports Night with Jorge. I'm here recording from my lovely house here in my actually foyer here, having my dolphin coffee this morning and enjoying this beautiful day, Memorial Day, which I want to take a moment of silence for those that lost their lives in the battle and pray for those also family and members. And we're talking about life of women and men. They battle this world to keep us safe. So let's take a moment of silence. Okay, now we're back. Once again, guys, if you missed baseball this week, it was interesting how many injuries. Uh, for the Atlanta Braves, Acuna Jr. Had a knee injury yesterday in the game, and apparently reported that he is out with a torn ACL, so he'd be gone for the season. I'll tell you, the injuries has hit a lot of these good teams. Supposedly the good teams to win their division. But remember, it's early in baseball. They're gonna have to go to their farm system and pick up some players and pick up some, AAA farm club players and trying to get some veterans and get some trade here somehow. Same thing as the Orioles. I mean, great game. Even though they play the White Sox, like I said earlier on my last podcast, they got a tough schedule coming up, guys. It's going to be kind of difficult. Uh, the stretch the Orioles have, especially with the American League East, and that's always a battle. It doesn't matter if you're the Boston, New York, or Toronto, or the Rays. That's always a battle. So once again, we had some good games last night, but I got some standings for you. Give me a second. I'm waiting for my actually score here. We had the Yankees lost a game last night. So we had the Yankees actually at in first place with 37 and 18. The Orioles followed by 2 games out at 33 and 18. Then we have Boston at 9, Tampa Bay and Toronto are the last two teams. Tampa Bay is 10.5, and Toronto is actually 12.5. Um, Looking at the AL Central, you had Cleveland at 36 and 17. They're having a good year. They're 9 and 1 in the last 10 games. They're playing good baseball, and so are the Kansas City Royals. That's another team I said be careful also. The beginning of the year, these teams that were terrible in the beginning, they're getting stronger, 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 and younger every time they face each other, and they get more experience. So and their farm club is just amazing, just like the Oriole Farm Club. So we got Cleveland on top, Kansas City at second. We have Minnesota at 7.5 at 28 and 24, followed by Detroit, which started well but has fallen down. They're 5-5 in the last 10 games. They're 26 and 27, and then you got the White Sox again, 15 and 39, last in the league. So then you have Seattle, which this is a division that I think is probably one of the weakest division I ever seen. Uh, Between Seattle, Texas, Houston, Oakland, and LA, it's only 7.5 games out. I'll give you the standing in a few minutes. Seattle is like 4 and 6 in the last 10 games, and they're 28 and 26. Texas is 25 and 29, and they're only 3 games out. And you have Houston at 24 and 29, at six. At 3.5 games out. Sorry, and then you have Oakland at 22 and 33, only 6.5 games out. Then you have the LA Angels, even the 20 and 33 guys, they're only 7.5 games out. That's just amazing how that division is. And then you go to the National League East division. This is where it gets interesting. Even though the Phillies lost last night, thank God for the Braves on that one. Or the Braves would have fallen 7 games behind the Phillies. They're 38 and 16. They're 7 and 3 in the last 10 games. The Braves are playing bad baseball right now. They're 4 and 6 in the last 10 games. But like I say, injuries has hurt this team. With Strider, the pitcher, out for the season. Once again, Tommy John surgery. Now you got Acuna Jr. out also for the season. It's going to be tough, guys. Like I said, they're going to have to go to the farm system and pick up some players. Then you got followed by the Washington National at 23 and 28 at 13.5 games out. Then the Mets are 15 games out at 22 and 30. Then, of course, Miami 19 and 35, 19 games out. In the NL Central, you got Milwaukee at 30-22. That's another race there. That's a division that anybody can win it. The Cubs are 27-26, 3.5 games out. You got St. Louis 4.5 games out, and they're only 25-26, under 1 game under 500. You have Pittsburgh at 25-29, a team I like, young team, very aggressive. They score runs. They can really, and they got good pitching too. By the way, they're they were 6-4 in the last 10 games. They're only 6 games out. Then you got Cincinnati at the end at 23-30, and they're only 7.5 games out. So that division, the NL Central and the AL West, is the two divisions that any team could get hot and they could take over the that division. So now going to the West, which will be my last one, it'll be the Dodgers at 33-22. Believe it or not, they have lost 22 games this year. The Dodgers have 4-6. They have lost 5 games in a row. San Diego's is 28-28. They're 5.5 out, and San Francisco is 27-27, 5.5 games out. And then you have Arizona at 25-28 with 7 games out, and of course Colorado. Colorado White Sox and Marlins are the worst team in baseball right now. They're 13.5 games out. If you put these teams in other perspective division, they'll be way out. So now let me talk about a topic that happened yesterday. If you are a Florida Panther fan, that's back-to-back losses in overtime. I mean, they came back. They were up 1-0. Then they were up, if I'm quite sure. I'm sorry, they were tied 1-1. And then they were down 2-1. Then 2-2, and then after that, they tied up. They scored 2 power play goals, and then after that, in the third period, they tied up at 4-4, and then go into overtime and lost. This is where I say when teams get too aggressive. Now, there's nothing being bad being aggressive, okay? But these are the stuff that when you go home, you got to win, guys. This is your home field advantage, okay? I mean, good win when they beat them in the first game in New York, 3-0, which that was surprising. But man, they have scored goals in the last 3 games each other. It is amazing. Okay, I look at that and I'm really worried about the Panthers right now. Okay, you got key players, you got superstars that actually they're in your team, and we know that superstars are known to score. Superstars are known to win games. Kachuk, and I mean you got a full team, and I know it's kind of hard when you have so many good players in your team. So I think they need to get more aggressive. Looking at the hockey, I mean it's going to be tough for the Panthers. They got to win this one at home. They got to go 2-2, go back to New York. I still believe it'll be a 7-game series. I do like the Panther on this one, but now it's really getting to a point that you be like, what in the world's going on with the Florida Panthers? I mean, a team that you should beat. Now, I'm not saying that that just because you're the playoff, you're the best team. You can get beaten. You could get beaten. I mean, that's part of it. By the way, guys. I'm trying to get here. Let me see if I can get my. Because I don't know what's wrong with my computer today. I guess we're having another problem with. Let me see here. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, so we had the Rangers beating the Panthers 5-4. Then we had the Stars beating the Oilers last night 3-1. On Saturday. That was a good game too. Then we had the Rangers when they beat the Florida Panthers 2-1 in overtime. So that's 2 overtime wins for the Rangers. What that's telling me right now, it's Florida needs to get more aggressive, start scoring more goals, and don't take this team to overtime because they're 0-2 in the playoffs in overtime. Especially on this last round to make it to the finals. So Looking at all this, I mean, it's going to be tough. Now today we have the Oilers at home against the Stars. That happens. That's going to be today at 8:30 p.m. Then the Rangers will play the Panthers tomorrow at 8 o'clock. So that a must win for the Florida Panthers. Now, great game, guys. I'm not going to tell you it was a great game. I mean, what a comeback from the Panthers, losing 4-2. They gave up a shorthanded goal. Uh, they got aggressive. Now, I did notice every time. I mean, they were pounding the goalie. I mean, New York goalie. I mean, and that guy was making save after save after save after save, and I mean, a lot of missed shots. We did miss a lot of shots, easy shots. You could say that, which I don't think any NHL shot is easy. But that's one thing I was worried about. But once again, we're still in it. They go back home. Much they're still home. They got tomorrow. They win tomorrow. We're talking different thing. Now let's go to the NBA. This is getting interesting. Boston and Dallas. They all took a commanding 3-game lead. Now we know the history of the three games to come back. It's not a good record when it comes to that. But experience. When you've been there, when you gone there. Now I seen the Pacers giving Boston a little bit more aggressiveness, and so is Timberwolves. I mean, they young team. They get aggressive. They compete every single night out. But you're talking to the Boston Celtics, man, repeating champions. And former champions, and Dallas same way. Now Dallas and Boston will be a good series. I think that's going to be a heck of a series. But anyhow, those are the two that I think that's going to make it to the finals. I mean, I know it's 3 games to none. They could wrap it up. Maybe they lose one at home, at their home, and then they come back and shut it down, or win at their house, and that's it, and next to the next round, which will be the finals. So that's all I got, guys, for baseball, football, and hockey. If you are watching these sports, and one thing I want to bring up, the sad news of the golfer that passed away this weekend. This is where I say your family, God and your family, because you never know. You just never know. Uh, uh, it is important that that you really enjoy every time, every minute, every second with your family, because we don't know when is your last one. We just don't know, and of course we don't wish nobody bad, nobody anything. We just pray for people, and that's why I say be kind, be humble. Humble yourself. Don't let pride and things get to you, guys. It's important that you have this communication with your family, with your kids, with your wife at home. Life is too short. Unfortunately, things does happen in life, and we ask ourselves why. But that's another topic. And when this golfer was playing, I forgot the guy name, by the way. I was really shocked when I heard the news. You know, Let me see if I could get his name here for a second. Okay, give me a second. Give me a second, guys. But anyhow, it is sad to see what happened. Anyhow, like I say, life is too short, and we have to enjoy every minute of it. Take care of ourselves and spend time with our families and our kids and our. Once again, like I tell you, I mean, just amazing. All right. Okay, Grayson Murray. My God, took me that while to remember his name. Grayson Murray passed away yesterday. I'm sorry about that, guys. Why it took so long, but unfortunately, he had addiction. He was sober. He had alcohol problems. He had emotional problems. This is where you seek help. See, this is where I tell everybody when the NFL and the league have the sources to help you out. This is where I come from. You know, this is where we need to help each other. This is where you help a helping hand. I mean, I had a golfer that was saying yesterday that he talked to him. He's doing all right. But he said that he left sick. He told the golfer, "Hey, I'm exiting out of the tournament. I don't feel good." And suddenly we say he passed away at 30. We don't know the cause of death, but my condolences go out to the family also. Just to let you know, guys know, this is where I tell you life is too short. This is something that we have to look at and says, "Wow, man," and this is where we take advantage of our kids, our wife, or our families, our friends, spend time with them, especially time like this, like a holiday or the weekend. I know we want to have fun all the time, but I'm gonna tell you the best fun you can have is with your family. But anyhow, I did this short video today, this morning. Uh, like I said, I hope you guys had a great weekend. God bless you all, and hopefully, I can make this video one more time sometime this week. Like I said, I got a tough schedule at work, and hopefully I could get my time and have this conversation with you guys. Man, one thing I do want to tell you guys: please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, make a comment. Once I get a chance, I'll answer your comments. Remember also, guys, there's a community tab that I got there also that's also have things posted. Reply to it. Tell me what you think about it. Tell me if you like it, don't like it. Tell me if you agree, disagree. Like I say, there's no enemies here, guys. We all friends. I love everybody here. So once again, thank you so much. You guys have a tremendous blessed day. Thank you so much.